outside an orphanage. The director unexpectedly discovered a baby girl who seemed to have been deliberately left there. When the doctor examined her, they found that the infant had no defects and wasn't carrying any diseases. She appeared to be a perfectly healthy baby. Although no one knew why her parents had abandoned her, the director decided to keep her and take good care of her. She named the child Annie, hoping her future life would be simple and uncomplicated. 7 years flew by, and Annie had grown into a curious child who was fascinated by everything, especially life outside the orphanage. She envied those kids who always had their parents by their side. One day, Annie snuck out because she really wanted to taste what chocolate ice cream was like. However, a car nearly hit her, and the driver angrily yelled at her to get out of the way. What he got in response was a tiny fist. From that moment on, Annie showed just how different she was. As she got older, Annie proved tougher than all the other kids at the orphanage. Whenever someone bullied or mocked her, they got a punch in return. This made her seem like a weirdo to everyone else. Originally, she didn't care about any of this, but whenever she watched other orphans get adopted, she couldn't help but doubt herself. From then on, while other girls spent time carefully grooming themselves, hoping to be adopted by kind couples someday, Annie became increasingly insecure about her appearance. She stopped looking in mirrors and gradually began to forget what she looked like. Until one day, a man named Jack arrived. Annie's solitary nature had actually fostered her talent in mathematics, and Jack was looking to recruit gifted girls to work at the space agency. But they needed to have intelligence and physical abilities above normal, and Annie fit the bill perfectly. Although the space agency recruited many talented girls at once, Annie still managed to rank first among them all. During simulated flight training, for instance, some girls couldn't handle the dizziness from prolonged training and kept throwing up, but Annie actually enjoyed it and had a blast. Even during physical fitness tests, she remained energetic long after others had reached their limits. The mental aptitude tests were no challenge at all. You could tell from her nonchalant expression that these problems were a piece of cake for her. However, her consistent first-place rankings in everything sparked resentment from the others, making a fight inevitable. Annie, who had been fighting since childhood, wasn't afraid of anyone. She knocked out the girl who had been targeting her, but this also got her disciplined. Originally, this incident could have been handled either leniently or severely, but when a medical examination report landed on Jack's desk, Annie was expelled. She was completely baffled. Was it really just because of one fight? Jack didn't tell her the truth, only saying that she'd have a chance to come back someday. So she returned to society and had to support herself. To make ends meet, she worked as a babysitter during the day and attended school at night. She thought this quiet life would continue indefinitely, until one rainy evening when Annie, just out of class, accidentally bumped into a man. After just a few simple words of conversation, they fell in love with each other. With this man's companionship, Annie experienced a period of happiness. But good times don't last forever. The man suddenly had to leave for a while. What she didn't expect was that once he left, he never came back. Annie returned to her quiet life once again. However, after some time had passed, Annie discovered she was pregnant. Although the man had been gone for a long time, after careful consideration, Annie decided to have the baby. After the surgery, the doctor told Annie she had delivered a healthy baby girl, but also shared some shocking news with her. Annie apparently possessed both female and male reproductive systems.